Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at Nvidia, AMD, and Tesla. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly timeframes. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. If you like these videos, go to my website, sign up, or click in the right-hand bottom corner down in here and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, guys, so let's get into Nvidia daily chart. They did have earnings. They were down about $11 after hours, so nothing, like oh my gosh, but it is going down. So watch tomorrow for this gap area. About 146.95. You got a gap window up in here around 149, say 150. I'd go with the 149, 148.83. You got this little gap here, so that's going to be support here as well as 143, and then down here, double bottom at 138.52. So you got a lot of support here still in Nvidia, and as well as the 157.15 area. But it looks like at this point we might gap down in here somewhere. So watch the gap fill right here. 146.77. If it cracks that, then it probably will fill the gap. I don't know if we'll get down here, but we'll see what kind of a selling pressure it puts on the markets and stuff like that. My guess, though, and light volume might prevail. They try to push it up, at least save it above the 50 MA and kind of make everybody happy going into the weekend. So, but we'll see. Looks like at this point we're gapping below. For all I know, tomorrow we open up, break even or what have you. Magically, you know how it goes, guys. It's Wall Street. So next week, options X, guys. So this will be an interesting one with Nvidia. Who are the big players that have some option plays and which way can this thing possibly go? So if it continues down, though, I've been telling a lot of people 200 moving average on the daily chart. If it's above them and extended up way up in here, these are the targets, guys. Eventually 1 point. So we'll see what happens tomorrow going into next week. Options X. And but right now, Nvidia, it's Nvidia, guys, stock of the year. Good volume today, though, and some more selling tomorrow. This could drag the markets down, so keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on the SPY, especially the volume as well on the SPY. 120 million today, sold off a little bit. This could drag the markets down, Nvidia. So we'll watch for that. But we'll look at the weekly close tomorrow as well and do a weekly update as well on this one. Let's go to AMD. So this thing's selling off after hours a little bit. Ends up only 31 cents down. So we're pretty much kissing the 200 MA on this one too. A lot of these stocks are going there, guys. So let's see where this thing opens tomorrow. If we gap below the 200 MA, we could start, there's a gap here at 11.45. Low pivot down in here. Where's that at? 10.63, and then ultimately 9.91 down in this area if it continues lower. But guys, we talked about this 15.55 area, and that was a big resistance point. And God, just didn't get through. And man, I wish I would have struck. I was waiting for 16.22 a little higher. And of course, the time I wait, it doesn't make it and straight down. But see, that's the type of trade. Boom, it would have been done. You get $3 on a $15 stock. Get a 10% plus. Done. On to the next one, guys. So watch volume on this. If this one picks up, this will continue selling. I'm looking at double bottom down in here, and possibly if the markets continue going, 943. And then I've been saying in the 8s, so this is a good bearish pattern in this channel, and it just cannot get above this trend line. Even the 1554, this old pivot high, and then it came back, bearish, boom, chop, chop, chop. This is overall bearish. Nice retrace back to the top, and then lights out. So watch for AMD, watch the volume, guys. Bulls, if you can, wait to down here. If we get down here, then you can start buying the dip. It might go to 847, guys. So just market trade. SPY Qs are selling. This one will go lower with the rest of them. And AMD, with the Nvidia, I don't know. Nvidia was going down, and this one kind of followed. So it's going to be interesting. And if Nvidia goes down, this one could go down with it. So just be careful, guys. If you're bullish, that's fine. But just, man, if you would have took some off here around 15 bucks, it went up, who cares? But if you're in this thing from 10 bucks, $15, you get a lot of profit takers again. And whoever bought up here with the big volume candles, they're the bag holders. You know what, guys? They got their money back. Time to sell. So the buyers here become sellers here because they're at break even. Screw it. That was the right move. Look at the break even. Guess who's buying down here? The guy who sold up here. A couple bucks lower. Let's buy it down here. For me, I'd start maybe down in here. I'd try to wait for 850. So watch the AMD. Again, bulls. That was the big trend line right there. We got through it. But let's see if we get some follow through and close down here. Friday's close is going to be a big big one for these weekly guys, especially on the sell side. So we'll watch for that. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla's been just ripping up, guys. Not a great retrace. Look at that, where you retraced into. What do we always talk about? The 750 retrace. They're all overshooting the 618 and going here, and then sometimes double top. So you got to be really patient with these. So, but this was a great retrace. Huge level around the 370. If it gets above 370, then you're most likely going higher. And this trend line right there. You get above that again, then you go 400. And then wherever from there. And the bulls, that's right. This thing goes sideways, chops. Market stays light volume. They could push this thing up. They just the Tesla bulls, guys. Some institutions, maybe small hedge funds, get it up and going. But nice retrace back to 370, guys, from the 300 area. Traders are going to be taking their money, especially day traders like me. If you went long in this one, yeah, this is a great trading vehicle too. But eventually this will be down to the 200 moving average, and that's when I'll be taking my position off. So that's how we do it. So, take small positions. If it goes against you, you just make sure, 10%. If you're in a 10% position, you could stop out with 35 bucks on this one and lose 10%, which would be only 1% in your portfolio. So even if you have a 10% position on, which is the max position, a lot of positions I'm in are half, 3/4. I'm in some with a quarter position, but any trade we do, if you have $10,000 in the trade, you get 5 to 10%. It's $500 to $1,000, and a lot of these stocks are high flyers that we're in. This is a great one here. We should have covered some here and then reshorted, but if you're not short Tesla, this is your spot. If it consolidates and moves up, gets above here, then you're going to have to stop. Well, if you can handle past 400, that would be your stop out. If it closed above 400 and confirmation above there. So if you want to play it that way. But right now, let's see if it goes sideways. If we get another pullback and starts coming back below, then we're definitely heading toward the 200 moving average. Nice retrace, and that's usually the setup. Retrace inside this downward movement, bearish pattern, and then boom, lights out. So be careful. If you're bullish, guys, tighten those stops up. You don't want to get caught in this one. Next thing you know, it's 20 bucks down, 20 bucks down. It starts going to double bottom, filling gaps down here. Tesla guys, you bulls, take some money off the table, buy it 100 bucks lower. Come on, it's at the high range again. What are you going to get? Another 20, 30 bucks? Downside, you're looking at maybe 100. So that's how I see it, though. But again, bulls, you got to get above the all-time high, 400, then you'll go higher. Bears, you just got to start slipping, and then next thing you know, you're going to be down in here, possibly lower. So, all right, guys, not to be the burden of bad news, I'm just looking at the charts, trying to see where these things go. If we get the bullish pattern, then we'll look for more upside. If this thing starts to slip, then most likely we're getting some downside. Again, keep an eye on the SPY for the volume. If this volume is, 100 million at noon and we're selling, then we're pretty much selling the whole day. And after lunch, they'll turn it on again and push it down more. But we'll watch it in the morning. Follow me on StockTwits. I'll post some stuff saying, hey, look at the volume. It's okay. We'll probably float, but that's going to be key tomorrow's trade and next week going into Options X. All right, guys. Really appreciate you stopping by, and don't forget to subscribe down here to my YouTube channel right down here on the right-hand side. And again, thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. God bless. See you on the charts.